how much risk is acceptable when trading?
As low as possible. Especially if you're starting out new, I would say as close to zero as possible. Everyone tells you trade what you do best, right? How do you know what is best in the beginning?
Yes, you don't know.
You don't know. How do you know if you're good at something in the beginning? You don't know. There's so many things that you're trying. You're trying this, you're trying that, you're trying this. How do you know which one of them were good? Because there's no consistency in any one strategy or system, especially if you're hopping, right? You're going from one technique to the next, one mentor's trading style to the next. So then with that inconsistency of going across, how do you know what you're good at? You won't know. So you don't know how much size to trade. If you put on size without knowing, then you're gambling. It'll wipe you out. If not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. If not day after tomorrow, it's coming. It's a ticking time bomb. It's coming. It's going to wipe out your account and more and more. If you're in stocks, it'll take more. But okay, so as low as you can in the beginning. Once you find out a little bit of, okay, I trade this style well. I've seen some success, but the success was not because I'm lucky. The success was because until that moment, I got ready to do the trade. I looked at it like, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And this is why I'm going to do it. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Now I'll do the buy. The buy is working. Once it reaches this area, I'm going to close it. Everything happened the way you wanted it to happen.
Yeah.
You begin your tracking of that, saying, this I'm good at. Okay, let me see how many times out of 10 I'm good at. How many times out of 20 I'm good at. Then you start to realize, in this condition, I'm really good at it, but in this market condition, I'm really bad at it. So you slowly start to find out what is referred to in the industry as your A+ setup. Okay, this is something SMB Capital really heavily talks upon. This is one of the largest prop firms in the world. They talk about this heavily, where it's very important to identify what is your best setup that you trade, which is referred to as the A+ setup. Once you can identify that, then you can start playing with your size a little bit. If your setup comes, you trade a certain size, but if your setup comes in the right condition, you trade a bigger size. And then if your setup is not there, but it is your edge, but you're experimenting with that, then as low as you can, close to zero.
First, you have to know what you're doing. Then you can increase your lot size.
Correct. And I'm assuming when you asked this question, you were expecting me to give you a mathematical answer. Well, 1% when you do this, 2% when you do that, 2.5% when you do this. All that, if you don't know what you're doing, what is 1%? What is 5%? What is 10%? It means nothing. It means nothing. It just is a rule to put on nonsense. So 2% of your trade on what you know how to do. If you don't know what you're doing, then 2% regardless is just, well, 2% loss coming up. If you don't know what you do and someone tells you 5% is the right amount of risk, well, 5% loss coming right up, right? It's just coming right up. Like, this is, you asked for it, it's coming.
Yeah. So sometimes it's actually better to start on a demo. Sometimes for some people.
Yeah, but then what happens when you tell someone to do demo? It's I don't know why I hear this all the time, and it's like, well, if I trade demo, I don't really feel it. I don't really feel the risk. But they want to feel that they're doing something that has value in it. So it's like the loss makes them feel alive and saying, at least I'm doing something real. So I don't want to do it on demo. I want to do it live. At least I can feel, I'll be serious about it. If it takes an external thing to give you a feeling, to make you feel alive, to make you feel it's real, that means you don't have internal control. If you don't have internal control, trading is the worst game for you to play. You might as well go get a job and let someone else tell you how to feel, right? That's what a job is. Someone gives you direction, gives you clarity, and how you feel almost doesn't matter. You become a robot and you gotta do this, and that's it. It's much easier, and the payment comes every 2 weeks or every month, whatever, But if you're coming into the trading arena, what is right is right. What is wrong is wrong. We cannot mix it up with feelings a little bit here and there. Yeah. So if you can control that and you notice you have a little bit of control over that, yeah, you have a career coming up in trading for you. But if you feel that what I just said is a sentence you are repeating, saying, I can't go demo because I need to feel that this is serious. I already know this guy or girl has a very long journey ahead, and he can be the smartest kid I know on the block. He has a very long journey ahead because he's not used to dealing with emotions. He's good at studying, but emotional IQ is not there. That's gonna take time for that person to learn and encounter and perfect. So that's my take. That's my take on risk, as low as possible. Okay, and
okay.
make that number, whatever that number is, as low as possible.